It's taken 12 seasons and a lot of episodes, but this could be the final ever Lincoln Loco episode if we win the Champions League. Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco for what could be the final time, as we have Arsenal in the FA Cup final, but then Athletico Madrid in the Champions League final. Since you were last here, just the one win against Man City. Consider it there, we won 2-1 there. Relatively comfortable. Confirmed our second place finish in the table, 7 points behind eventual winners Man United, 4 points ahead of Arsenal in the end. West Ham managed to just sneak in on the last day as well because we beat Man City. West Ham won, so they've got Champions League next season, whereas Man City don't. So it was a pretty hectic end of the season, I suppose, down the end of the table. For us, it was pretty calm, I've got to say. Today, though, we take on Arsenal in the FA Cup, and then obviously Athletico Madrid. Arsenal first up. Again, it's more of a selection nightmare. I think things are still pretty bad. In the 1-0 win over Man City, where is he? Zook got a straight red card, so he's suspended for today's game, which means Jalapeno has to come in to the back line today alongside Patino, and Augusto rather, starts as a deep line playmaker in midfield for us. So a slight few changes there, but you know, not too much. Mertens and Kaufman are just starting to come back from injury, so potentially they could be back for the Champions League final, but I wouldn't really count too much on it. Seister and Oriol definitely not going to be back for the Champions League final, unfortunately. So the lineup is going to be Barish Urza, the Belgian chap, Patino, Jalapeno and Hernandez as the back line. Augusto and Pacoa in the middle. Very, very weird central midfield partnership there. Hopefully they'll be alright. Morella needs to be an inside forward on attack on that wing. The Butcher on the other wing, and then Hammer Time and Mark Hall start up front. Mertens as well. Forgot to mention this. Mertens as well. He said he would sign a new contract with us this year if youth players developed, but apparently they didn't develop, even though I think they have done. So he's now wanting to leave the club, and his contract ends this summer, so he'll probably just leave for free, which is really, really annoying considering we paid £30 million for him. He's been a superb player looking at his average ratings, and now he's probably going to leave on a free transfer as one of the best midfielders in the world. And I don't think there's really much I can do about it unless we probably win the Champions League. But at that point, it won't matter because then the series finishes. So, you know, it's I don't know. If we go to offer a new contract, like nothing happens. In fact, should we try Director of Football offer a new contract to him? Maybe that'll work. We'll see. Right, kickoff is upon us here for the FA Cup final. We've won it once before. We won it in 2026, I believe. So we do have pedigree in winning this. Obviously, Arsenal have won it loads of times before in the past as well. So it's going to be a big final today. Hopefully, we're going to see the Gunners off and finish off the season in style. It's been a slight disappointing season in terms of a league. We should have done better in the league. But we got to a League Cup final, which we lost. Which we can't really complain too much about. We came second in the table, which we can't complain too much about, I suppose. So actually, although I'm saying it's not been the best of seasons, it has been pretty good. Hopefully, it gets capped off here with 2 cup final wins. It'll be fantastic to win against Arsenal today. And of course, the crowning glory would be the European Champions League. I'd much rather win the Champions League, I think, than this. If I have a choice, I'd much rather win the Champions League. That's more precious. Angel Gomez, though, does make it 1-0 to Arsenal. Gomez, of course, used to play for us until we sold him to Arsenal for 50-odd million, and then he's not really made many appearances for them since then. So I think we got a good deal out of that, for us at least, financially, considering we had Morella instead and things like that. So I think we've done pretty well for ourselves. They're coming forward again. Sam Taylor, again, puts it into Rodriguez, and they've scored now, and it's 2-0 to Arsenal. So 2 shots on target for them, 2 goals. I don't like that at all. That's the Barish Urza curse. That's why we don't really like to play with him, because that happens a lot with him. Of course, the other episode, we did manage to beat Arsenal, didn't we? We beat them 7-3 in the end, so I'm not particularly worried yet. There's still obviously a chance for us to go and score another 7 goals at some point. And Hammer Time could do the first of that by coming forward now. Tries to put it in the near post, but Murray, the goalkeeper, manages to keep his clean sheet at the moment. Now, we've gone back to this winger system today because we tried it in the last game of the season against Man City because there was nothing really to play for there, nothing to lose. So we thought we'd do it again just to see if we could get back into swing of things using the wingers. However, it's not really working today, is it? And if it worked today, I probably would have used it in the final against Athletico Madrid. But if we lose today, I'm going to be debating which formation to use, basically. It's going to be tough. Another chance now for Arsenal, and Gomez again at that back post has a chance to score, hits the post with it this time, unfortunately for him at least. Keeps us in touching distance of Arsenal right now, but we need to grab a goal before half-time, I think, if we want to have a chance of getting ourselves a hands on a trophy in this episode at least one hand on the trophy. Sam Taylor's been put forward again, and again, there we go, Arsenal have made it 3-0. FA Cup's probably beyond us now, I think, unless we really change things up in the second half. Alright, not a great half, really, I've got to say. My assistant will bollock them for me. In the meantime, we're going to switch back to this, I think. I think this is possibly a better formation to use instead. Thomas is going to come on for the Butcher, and then Yeo is going to come on for Morala because he can sort of play the trequartista, and Augusto is obviously playing central midfielder because we've got no other central midfielders fit enough. We may swap him later on for Mertens, but I don't want to really risk him, especially if he's got a chance of being fit again for the Champions League final, you see. Right, I'm hoping these tactical changes have an instant impact in this first highlight of the second half. Yeo's cross. I mean, come on, mate. Better than that, please. Right, take two. Hernandez coming forward. Puts it in towards Wilfred Thomas, who plays a nice little ball through to Hall, but unfortunately, Arsenal defence cut it out now. And they're trying to launch a bit of a counter-attack now. Gomez trying to come forward. Barco now on the ball. Ezekiel Barco still going somehow. I'm sure he must be like 35 in this game by now. Wilfred Thomas, though, has a chance to find Mark Hall. Does find Mark Hall. And Mark Hall, I thought, was going to absolutely bury that. But he didn't. Oh, for God's sake. Not another one, please. Not another injury. Alright, Belden chap off, Bachulk on. This is just bloody ridiculous now. Potential foot injury. Jesus. Alright, well, I don't think we're going to win the FA Cup. I mean, 3-0 down, 30 minutes to go. It's possible, but I don't think Arsenal are going to let that slip, are they? I don't think they're going to let it slip. That's the second cup final we're going to lose this season as well, which isn't looking great for our chances in the Champions League final, of course. We seem to do this a lot. We seem to absolutely dominate sides on the way to the finals of competitions, and then we get to the final, and then it all goes tits up. There we go, 4-0. Fantastic stuff. I suppose we can just get this over and done with now, can we? Because, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do for this Champions League final now. I think we spoke about it after we lost the League Cup final as well. This will be like the 6th or 7th time we've come runners-up in a cup competition or something stupid like that. I think it is the 6th time, because I'm sure there's like 3 League Cups we've come runners-up in. I think this might be the 2nd FA Cup we've become runners-up in. And then I think, obviously, we had that Europa League final loss as well. So that's 6. I've got to say, we are quite unlucky with cup finals, actually. It's unfair, isn't it? Why don't we win more cup finals? We've only won like 2 or 3, I think. We've won 1 FA Cup, definitely. Depends how many League Cups we've won. Maybe this is what it's all leading up to. Maybe it's fate. Maybe we're always going to be rubbish in cup finals, and suddenly the Champions League final, and then we're going to win it. Oh no. Alright, scratch that. We're not winning the Champions League final. Mark Hall's just been injured. Another bloody injury. This is... I swear to God, Football Manager has just taken the potential foot injury, like the exact same thing as the Belgian chap. Wembley pitch, meant to be absolutely sublime, you know, one of the best pitches in the world. How are they picking up like foot injuries, ankle injuries, like twisting their ankles and things like that? Alright, there we go. Lincoln 0, Arsenal 4. We'll pretend that didn't happen, shall we? We'll pretend that didn't happen. Oh, for God's sake, Mark Hall's out for the final. Fantastic. Oh, so is that Belgian chap as well. I don't want to be funny or anything, but we literally have 6 key players, squad status key players, 6 of them all out injured for this this final. I know I'm lying to you. Jordi Mertens is back tomorrow, so that's all right. But everyone else, 5 key players out. I swear, if we win it now, it's going to be an absolute fairy tale way to win it. I mean, actually, if I'm being honest with you here, it's probably a good idea that Mark Hall does miss this final. We all know what happened in the last European final that he played in, and I mean, quite frankly, I don't want to think about that. If you can't remember what happened in the last European Cup final we had, the Europa League a few seasons ago, extra time, Mark Hall, 119th minute, gets a penalty, misses said penalty, they go and score at the other end of the pitch. So it's probably a good idea he's not playing in this final. Oh, just tried to have a drink from this bottle, and the lid wasn't on properly. You know what? At this stage, I don't even care. I'm going to wear a wet t-shirt for this. Yeah, of course, Geordie Mertens has rejected any contract offer. It was worth a try, I suppose, but he now could be playing his last ever game for the club in the Champions League final. That is ridiculous, isn't it? Here we are. Champions League final. Atletico Madrid versus Lincoln City. What are we doing with the formation then? Jeez. Or I'm not being funny, but I think this is the best formation to go for on the grounds that it's like the only players we've got that are fit, that can play in this kind of formation. I don't know the last time we even used this formation, but let's give it a go, shall we? Barry Scherzer starts in goal then. Okay, good luck to him. Bacholk, Zook, Patino and Hernandez start as that back line. Very makeshift, I've got to say. These two players should not be playing a Champions League final, but here we are. Mertens is going to be our CDM today, in behind Jalapeno and Pacoa, with Morella and the Butcher on the wings. And then Hammer Time is going to be leading the line today in the absence of Mark Cord and all these other injured players. How sad is that? So here we go then. Champions League final. Calm. We're going to say calmly. Calmly. What do I even say? Come on, lads. Show me what you can do. But Cholk's motivated by that. And Hammer Time nodded in agreement. So, okay. Right, kickoff is upon us here. Potentially for the last time ever on the Lincoln Loco. This could be incredible. Either the Lincoln Loco is about to... Oh my God. We've gone 1-0 up in the final, a minute into it. As an own goal, Hammer Time had the shot, but it took a huge deflection into the back of the net. And we're already 1-0 up in the Champions League final. I mean, that is ridiculous. I was about to say, actually, either this is going to... The guy who got the own goal is just gone... Is offside. Don't worry. It's offside. Goal disallowed. He thought he'd rectified his mistake, but no. Offside. What I was going to say was... Either this is the last episode of the Lincoln Loco winning the Champions League today, or we have, you know, more seasons until we do win the Champions League. I mean, to be fair, actually, I'd rather win the Champions League now rather than face another season of ridiculous injuries and have 5 key players injured for important games like this, which is absolutely bloody ridiculous, really, when you think about it. But Cholk can't quite win the ball there as Atletico Madrid try to come forward now. Newport has a shot, but Barash Urza makes a decent save now, and... Why? Oh, it's an own goal. I thought that's a disallowed goal then. I got very, very worried there, but it is an own goal. Whew, we are still 1-0 up. It's fine. I'm going to be obvious. I'm going to be honest here. I'm not liking these 5 shots to Atletico, 1 shot to us. But at least we are winning. At least we're winning. I'm not a fan of this makeshift defence we've got either. They've got a free kick now, 17 minutes into the game. It's been put over the bar. I'm very nervous about this. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you here. I'm not enjoying this game at all. On the grounds that we've got so many yellow cards already, and we only had 2 shots so far. I feel like I might want to go to a more attacking formation in the second half. Again, Mbolo coming forward this time doesn't put it across. Why did he not put that across? I mean, I thankfully didn't, but he should have put that across, and it would have been 1-1 there. Atletico Madrid would have been back in the game. Again, another highlight for them now. Benali back to Villa. Villa now on the ball into Mbolo. Newport now on the ball. Gets tackled by Zook, who clears the ball up towards Hammer Time now. And if we can score from this counter-attack, this would be incredible. Hammer Time cuts inside, back towards Morella. Morella into Pacoa. Pacoa shoots. Just wide of the post. Okay, we've held on for the first half. 14 shots to 3 shots. This is ridiculous. Calmly, we've got to guard against... Oh, no, we never say that. Never, ever say that. Because it never works. We're going to say this is for the fans out there. And again, Hammer Time gained confidence from that, but no one else particularly cares. So, I reckon for 5-10 minutes, we stick with this formation. And then, what am I saying? I was about to say we then go to a more attacking formation. On the grounds that attack is the best form of defence. But... Is that sensible? Is that sensible? Tom, you've got to think about this clearly. Is putting like 2 strikers on and taking a few defenders off the best route to do this? On the grounds that we only have 1 striker on the bench. No, Pacoa though. Oh my goodness gracious. We have gone 2-0 up now. Attack is not the best form of defence. We stick with this formation now. I'm happy with this. If we can keep a 2-goal lead, or even we can concede 1. I'm happy to concede a goal now. But if we can keep a 2-goal lead or a 1-goal lead, I'm not changing formation. I reckon if they bring it back to 2-2, then we go all-out attack. But right now, I'm confident in our boys at this formation. Newport now with a cross in. They have gone and scored 1. Oh, God, okay. That was a highlight straight from kickoff as well. I hate this. FM17, I say this every time, I don't know why I have to say it every time, but I seem to. FM17, this meant a goal. Every time meant a goal. FM18, it's a bit different, although Newport coming forward, oh my god, nearly was a goal. Okay, we've got a chance now. Jalapeno on the ball, on the edge of the area, in towards Morala. Oh, what a finish that is from Hammer Time. The 2-goal lead is restored in this Champions League final. The Champions League is coming to Lincoln. The Champions League is coming to... There's another highlight from kickoff. Now, in FM17, I've got to say not much is happening from this highlight, and we have just given possession away there very cheaply, although they've just given it back to us completely. Zook, don't do anything stupid. Bachol, don't do anything stupid. What a ball that is towards Morala. If Morala can score from this... If Morala could have scored from that, that would have been game over. You know what? There's 25 minutes left of this game. I think we're going to do it. I really think we're going to do it. Although, if we're going to do it, Brad Yeo has to be on the pitch. So does Lukasic. That's my... They've both got to be on the pitch if we're going to win the Champions League, because I couldn't have done it without them on this journey. But again, 15 minutes to go. This could happen. This could actually happen right now. The Champions League is coming to Lincoln. Yeo has just put forward Hammer Time beautifully. And, oh... The keeper makes a fantastic save in the end there, to be fair, to deny Hammer Time. That could have been a wonderful goal. Again, assisted by Brad Yeo, it would have been. And that would have been just like the old times when they used to score goals for fun and assist each other for fun. Oh my goodness. 89 minutes into the game now. Barish Urza puts the ball up the pitch. And Pakoa now on the ball. Jalapeno on the ball. Back out towards... Oh, it's gone out to Lukasi, but didn't quite get there now. And Bolo puts it forward to Newport to... okay. Okay. Oh my god. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of added time. Right. Let's just bring these boys back, shall we? Let's just bring them back. Maybe go defensive. A bit more structured. 3 minutes to hold on for this, boys. 3 minutes. But Chalk's got a chance to try and restore the 2-goal lead. But he gives the ball away. And now here come... I'm like, if Athletico go and score an equaliser now... John, honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do, but no. Okay, I mean, they've still got a chance to come forward now. I mean, I don't think I've had my head... I don't think I've had my hand on my head for this long in my life before. I think the entire game, if you watch me in the corner, I think the entire game I'm just sat like this, or like this, or like this, or like... oh my God, we've won it. I didn't even get a chance to see the final whistle. We've done it. Lincoln City have won the Champions League. It took 12 seasons. It's taken a long time. But Atletico Madrid 2, Lincoln City 3. We have just won the Champions League. Congratulations, boys. Enjoy this moment. All right, I better be a legend now. Because if I'm not a legend at the club, then I'm going to go absolutely... mental. So Lincoln celebrate the double, apparently. The Champions League and the Community Shield. Fantastic stuff. We lift the Champions Cup. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of bonuses to be paid out, isn't it? Belgian chap, £1 million. Okay. We've got 13 million for it. Apparently I am one of the top English managers. Oh, where am I in the Hall of Fame? Let's have a look at this. I'm third in the Hall of Fame with England and Lincoln, apparently. Miles off Brian Clough and Bob Paisley, though, unfortunately. But 2 domestic cups. 2 domestic divisions, rather. That'll be like, what's that? League One, or no? It's a championship, isn't it? The championship in the Premier League. 2 domestic cups, 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup, and then obviously a Champions League there as well. And we won the English Division Cup, whatever it is, one International League, whatever that was, a long time ago. But there we go. Pretty good trophies, I've got to say. Lincoln fans worship me. Surely that means I'm a legend now. If I'm not a legend, I'm literally gonna stop the episode right now. There I am, a legend alongside Hammer Time. What a duo. Can you name a better duo? Oh wait, and now I've just realised this is going to be the last ever Lincoln Loco episode, because we've done what we set out we want to do. We've won a Premier League and we've won a Champions League. That's what we wanted to do. I actually feel a bit sad now. This has been a long journey. This has been, I mean, 100 and something episodes. I don't actually know what there are, but over 100, I'm sure. And it's all come down to this, the Champions League final, and we've won it. Okay, this isn't going to be the last episode of the Lincoln Loco. I think what we're going to do one more episode where we're just going to look through the side and look through all Lincoln's history, basically, and things like that. And then after that, I'm going to go and retire and then we'll probably do like a 5 years in the future sort of episode as well, just to see what happens in the future and things like that. Now, there is going to be a new series starting pretty soon. It will probably start in the next couple of days, I'd imagine. It's all planned out. I need to probably just make the intros and things like that. But the new series is basically all planned out. So make sure you do join me for that, because that will be coming pretty soon. It's going to be different to the Lincoln Loco. We're not going to be in England. We're going to be with a different club, with a different history. And we'll probably play the game a little bit differently as well. We'll probably try and do a few more things to make it a little bit more interesting. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, then make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I guess for the last time, I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action, because there'll be one more little episode, and then that's it. What a journey. What a journey.